Welcome to Sideline Sports, where we give you an up-close and personal look at the teams, coaches, and athletes that make up the Columbia Basin. Here's your host, Jeff Slakey.
Welcome to the first Sideline Sports of December. This week, Royal football brought home their third straight title in a row. ACH upsets Sunnyside Christian to win the 1B state championship, and Ephrata basketball hosts Travelers from Down Under. The game of the week, Moses Lake girls basketball versus Chiawana.
This portion of Sideline Sports is being brought to you in part by
Meridian gave Royal all they could handle, but after the smoke cleared, it was the Knights with the state title in hand.
The Royal Knights extended their winning streak to 41 games and brought home their third consecutive state title, something the storied program has never accomplished. Meridian played Royal extremely tough, but in the end it was the Knights hoisting the trophy with a 33-27 victory. The game looked like it was going into halftime 14-13 when Meridian scored with about a minute left. But Royal flew down the field on a long run and a pass down the middle, setting up an Alonzo Hernandez 2-yard touchdown, making it 21-13 at half. Meridian quarterback and Eastern Washington commit Simon Burkett willed Meridian to stay in the game. His spectacular play kept Meridian in the contest to the very end. Down 33-27 late in the fourth quarter, Meridian managed to get to midfield, where Burkett had one last heave to get to the end zone as time expired. The pass fell incomplete, giving Royal the win. Royal's 41-game winning streak is only 26 games behind the all-time Washington State record of 67. After the game, Hernandez and Royal receiver Angel Ferraris were both ecstatic about bringing a state championship to Royal City for the third year in a row.
It's undescribable. Like, not too many people get to experience this, 3 years in a row. It's like lottery for high school people.
It feels great. I can't explain it. It just feels great to win it 3 times. It's a big accomplishment, but this year it feels so much better.
Hernandez and Ferraris are both juniors and will go for their 4th state title next season. I'm Adam Chikoski for i5er1 Sports.
Sideline Sports is being brought to you in part by
Cheryl Konos Farmers Insurance is your local one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, and farm and ranch, Cheryl and Farmers are here for you. She'll work to put together a package that fits your needs no matter how big or small. She's right here in Ephrata. Please stop by for a free quote at 858 Basin Street Southwest or call 509-754-2550.
After sneaking into the playoffs, the Warriors conclude their incredible winning streak with a state championship.
The Elmira Cooley Heartline, or ACH Warriors' spectacular burst at the end of the season has resulted in a state title for the second time in 3 years. The Warriors' offense had its best game of the season at the best possible time, with ACH upsetting the undefeated Sunnyside Christian Knights in a wild shootout, 84-60. The Warriors tore out of the gate, scoring a touchdown on 4 of their first 5 drives, launching them to an early lead. Quarterback McGuire Isaac sparked the offense in the first half, being responsible for all 5 touchdowns. Coming out of the half, the Warriors were fired up and determined to keep their lead, which they did by scoring a whopping 30 points in the third quarter. The Knights finally got a grip in the fourth, where they outscored ACH, but it was too little too late, and the Warriors handed the Knights their first and only loss of the season. After suffering 2 losses and sneaking in the back door of the playoffs, the Warriors played underdog all the way to the top. ACH star quarterback McGuire Isaac and wide receiver Peyton Nilsson are proud of the way their team left it all out on the field.
It's just what we had to do. We knew they could score, and we just had to keep scoring and keep the game as spread apart as we could, because, in 8-man, if they get a couple onsides, the game can change quick, so we just got to keep scoring, and that's what we did.
I felt like dog, to be honest with you, but I never quit on my team, never quit on my coach or my community. I'll play until I'm carted off the field, so I was fine.
I'm Adam Chikoski for i5er1 Sports.
This portion of Sideline Sports is being brought to you in part by
Ephrata was invaded by Aussies, and when a traveling Australian basketball team came to Ephrata, the Tigers got to have a unique experience.
The town was abuzz last night when Ephrata High School hosted the Tennyson Woods College Titans, a traveling team from Australia who make biannual visits to America. The evening was made special with each country showing respect for the other by performing each other's national anthems. Daniel Stratford, the organizer of the trip, explains why they chose to come out to Ephrata instead of sticking to big cities during their tour.
In Australia, we come from a town of about 20,000 people, and a lot of our kids will come off farms and those sort of things, so we like coming to the east where it's a little bit less metropolis.
Boys player Lockie Atkinson loves basketball and the opportunity to come to America on these trips. He expressed why he felt American basketball was a good challenge and his favorite thing about being in America.
Totally different how you guys play and stuff. It's a bit more upbeat, faster pace, so it's pretty good, yeah. I like the food. Like you can just go anywhere and get like a good burger.
Girls player and daughter of event organizer Bella Stratford takes her basketball career seriously. She loves these trips to America because not only does she get to spend time with her friends across the world, she also gets to hear people talk funny for a couple weeks.
It's awesome. It's really cool to meet all the different people and hear how the Americans talk, which is really cool and really different. And I think it's funny how Americans react when they hear us as well. They love it. It's really cool. And it's funny listening to Americans trying to do Australian accents. It's so bad. It's so funny.
Ephrata got their season started on the right foot with both teams handling the Titans. Ephrata girls played first and won 52-34. The boys played immediately afterwards and won 69-33. Both Ephrata teams will play again tonight at Cascade. I'm Adam Chikoski for i501 Sports.
Some scores for you in boys basketball: Walla Walla 68, Moses Lake 62, Ephrata 69, Cascade 34, Kashmir 63, Eastmont 52. In girls basketball, Kashmir 73, Ellensburg 29, Moses Lake over Southridge 53-15, and Ephrata beats Cascade 52-30. In the game of the week, Moses Lake has already dispatched their first two opponents of the season, Southridge and Walla Walla, with a combined 107-29. Next up on the list, though, be their most challenging an opponent yet, Chiawana. The Chiawana Riverhawks were on the fringe of making it into the state playoffs last year and look even more potent this year. Riverhawks already defeated Sunnyside, the reigning Big Nine champion. Moses Lake has high aspirations this year after making the state tournament for 3 consecutive years. Teams like Chiawana are the ones Moses Lake will need to beat to make it back for the 4th year in a row. Upcoming games in boys basketball: Moses Lake at Chiawana, Ellensburg at Othello, and Wenatchee at Eastmont. In girls basketball, Ephrata at Wapato, Wenatchee at Eastmont, and Kashmir at Zilla. In wrestling, it's Wenatchee at Moses Lake, Quincy at Ephrata, and the Warden Double Duel versus Columbia Burbank, Connell, and Riverview at Connell High School. This has been another presentation of Sideline Sports. I'm Jeff Slakey.